expect the materials. Why they are ready before they got this? We have gotten the real election results. And I must say this to you. PDP is 71,000 votes. Labour is 4,000 votes. APC is 22,800 votes. That is the real election.
The Ondo State Deputy Governor, Lucky Ayedatiwa, presided over a state ESCO's meeting following months of political wrangling between the Deputy Governor and Governor Rotimi Akeredolu's loyalists. The crisis was triggered by Akeredolu's absence due to ill health. President Bola Tinubu held a meeting with lawmakers, Deputy Governor, and elders, asking all parties to maintain the status quo. The meeting may indicate that a political impasse in Ondo State is settling down gradually. Akeredolu, a senior advocate of Nigeria and former NBA president, has been under pressure from opposition parties to resign or hand over power to his deputy. Women in their hundreds have taken a peaceful protest to the office of the Independent National Electoral Commission headquarters in Owerri to demand the release of the certified true copy. They also want INEC to allow opposition parties inspect the materials used for the November 11 governorship election in Imo State. The women, who came from the 3 senatorial zones in the state, were seen carrying various placards depicting their demands. They called on resident electoral commissioner, Professor Sylvia Agu, to provide the IREV results. Similarly, the candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the just concluded governorship election held in Imo State, Senator Samuel Anyanwu, says he will take every legitimate means to recover his mandate. Still on the news, no fewer than 63 cases of gender-based violence have been reported by the Kwara State Command of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps between January and November 2023. The State Commandant, Umar Mohammed, disclosed this during a sensitization program organized by the command as part of its 16-day activism on gender-based violence aimed at addressing the alarming rate of the menace. The alarming increase in the cases of gender-based violence in the state is informing the sensitization program by the Kwara State Command of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps and the civil society organizations to renewing their commitment to end all forms of gender-based violence against women and girls in the country, even as reported cases stand at 63 between January and November 2023.
We recorded about 50 cases of domestic violence. Physical assault, 10. Then adoption is 3. But out of the 50 of domestic violence, 3 were charged to court. Then physical assault, 10 were settled amicable, resolved amicable. Then adoption, peaceful resolution. Totaling 63 cases from the beginning of this year.
It is evil. It is a pandemic in our society. Let us work against it.
We recorded about 50 cases of domestic violence.
The guest lecturer, who is also the Kwara State Coordinator of National Human Rights Commission, Jumoke Olaoye, and others, wants the government to be more committed to the fight against gender-based violence across the country.
Government, when we say who violates your rights most, of government. And as a uniform person, you are also government. You violate, I violate, somehow. But we just want them to provide the necessary, the basic things that will make our girls, even when they are raped and they go to shelter, they will have enough things, equipment and medical facilities to treat them accordingly.
Majorly, our traditional rulers, our religious leaders, because you find out some of these things are under our cultural practices. Look at genital mutilation, for example. They hide under cultural practices to do some of these things. So we must continue the awareness creation. It's very important. It's been said that prevention is better than cure.
Government, when we say who violates your...
Now moving on to other parts of Africa. The 28th session of the Conference of Parties, COP28, of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change opened on Thursday in Dubai with a call to accelerate collective climate action. The conference is taking place in the United Arab Emirates in a year climate scientists said is the hottest ever in human history. Experts also say the impacts of the climate crisis have wreaked unprecedented havoc on human lives and livelihoods around the world. The leaders are expected to take decisive action on climate commitments to prevent further impacts.
Phase down and phase out. Because phase down can be whatever. We never know exactly what it means. To phase out means that at a certain moment it stops. Now, it cannot stop tomorrow. And we need to do it in an organized way, and we need to make sure that we have a time framework that is simultaneously credible, but at the same time is in line with our objective to keep temperature rise at 1.5 degrees. The only thing that is still lacking is political will. And I mean, this is why the COP is important, to make people understand that we are really moving in a very wrong direction still. We are heading, if nothing happens, to 3 degrees, and 3 degrees would be a total disaster. But we have the potential, the technologies and the capacity and the money, because the money is available, it's a question of making sure it goes into the right direction, to do what is necessary, not only to keep the 1.5 degrees alive, but alive and well.
And to news from outside Africa. Israeli warplanes resumed pounding Gaza as Palestinian civilians fled for shelter, and rocket sirens blared in southern Israel on Friday as war resumed after a week-old truce ran out with no deal for extension. Barely 2 hours after the truce expired, Gaza health officials reported that 35 people have already been killed and dozens wounded in the airstrikes that hit at least 8 homes. The Israeli military announced it had resumed combat operations and its warplanes were striking the enclave, accusing Hamas of violating the truce, first by firing rockets and failing to free all the women it was holding hostage. And in business, Niger State Governor Umaru Bago has signed an executive order on the green economy. The executive order, which was cited as the Niger State Green Economy Initiative Order Number 3, 2023, instructs that the Green Economy Initiative shall be driven by the state blueprint that details the strategic pillars and outlines the key performance indicators, targets, and timelines of the transition into a green economy. The order further directs all the ministries, departments, and agencies of the state to adhere strictly to the initiative, explaining that appropriate sanction will be carried out on any violator. Signing the executive order shortly before the commencement of the weekly State Executive Council meeting at the Council Chambers, Government House Governor Umaru Bago explained that it was to ensure effective implementation of the green economy policy. And to entertainment, a federal high court sitting in Ikoyi, Lagos, has adjourned until March 6 and 7, 2024, as the continuation of the trial of Nigerian singer Azeez Fashola, also known as Naira Marley, over alleged internet fraud. Naira Marley is standing trial on 11-count charges bordering on conspiracy and credit card fraud brought against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. In a statement issued on Friday, the Anti-Graft Agency disclosed that one of the credit card details found on a device belonging to the singer had been flagged by Visa, a card payment platform. Also revealed were malicious tools used to disguise the active location of an internet user when his or her devices are connected to the internet. Taylor Swift has been revealed as Spotify's most streamed artist of 2023, ending a 3-year reign by Puerto Rican rapper and singer Bad Bunny. According to Spotify Wrapped, Swift had more than 26.1 million streams since January 1st. She was followed by Bad Bunny, The Weeknd, Drake, and Mexican musician Peso Pluma to round out the top 5. Swift took to social media to celebrate the news by announcing a new song was available for streaming, while also thanking those who had listened to her songs this year. And in sports, Nigeria secure a thumping 5-0 win over Cape Verde in the first leg of the second round of the 2024 Women Africa Cup of Nations qualifier played at the Moshood Abiola Stadium in Abuja on Thursday. The Cape Verdeans were not a match to the Super Falcons despite their impressive 6-3 aggregate win over Liberia in the first round of the qualifiers. Both teams will meet again for the second leg on December 5th at the Estadio Nacional de Cabo Verde in Praia. And that's the news brief. For more stories, please follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram. And do subscribe to our YouTube channel at Plus TV Africa and Plus TV Africa Lifestyle. You can also view us from Limex on limex.tv and Glow TV apps anywhere in the world. I am Sade Uwe. Many thanks for watching.
It for upcoming artists to blow in Nigeria.
Welcome to Plus Trending. I am Bukky November, your host, saying thank you for joining us on today's episode.
Welcome back. It's tea time on Plus TV Africa.
Practice makes perfect. I'm not perfect yet, but I'm a lot better than I used to be.
He's a king. He's entitled to marry 100 if he wants to.
Good people, I greet you. My name is Akitomiwa Aina, and here is my good old days story. My birthplace is Ibadan. I hail from Ijebu-Oru, but I was raised and nurtured by my maternal grandmother in Owode Egba, where I had my primary and secondary education. Call me Omo Yagba, and you won't be far from the truth. But I bet you, the wisdom and knowledge garnered under the tutelage of this, our grandparents cannot be bought with money. You grow fast, you learn faster. Growing up in Owode was fun and peaceful. Standard of living was moderate as majority of the people there were mostly petty traders. Our ambitions were really not to be rich overnight. Our ambitions centered around academic fulfillment and economic contentment. Growing up, I could not notice any fundamental and remarkable difference between my cousins who were Muslim and those of us who were Christians in the way we were relating with each other. We would eat, play, and do things together. I recall with fond memories the particular incident one of my grandmother's cousins, Mr. Fasasi Ikumakpai, fondly called Baba Pupa because of his complexion, the go-to person whenever there were issues to be resolved. Baba Pupa, a lanky man with Owu tribal marks, was an enigma, very eloquent and intelligent. He commanded so much respect from all and sundry. At some points, you will assume he was a local chief. One fateful day, a man in the neighborhood came to report to Baba Pupa that his wife just packed out of their matrimonial home. Without asking questions, Baba Pupa sent words to the wife through an emissary. Go back home and promise to see the couple the following day to resolve the matter. The estranged wife not only went back home, she also made peace with the husband, courtesy Baba Pupa. Such were the situation in those days. Before the courts, elders always would wade in and settle disputes, be it domestic or land matters. Where are our elders today? What went wrong? Are those communal methods of settling rifts in those days? Do they still have bearing on our community? A food for thought. Moving to Lagos under the tutelage of my late uncle, he inculcated in us high moral standards. Our house on Shubuola Street, Surulere, was not different from a hostel. It was a house that had over 30 children, eating from same pots, from siblings to cousins to nephews, even friends and friends' children, and all sorts of acquaintances. Fighting was prohibited. Participation in church activities was a must for all the children. Everyone had his daily shares, which must be carried out, and it must be done diligently without supervision. NTA 2 Channel 5 then was forbidden in our house because of the station's regular broadcast of foreign movies. Lists will get corrupted with foreign influences. The relationship between us and our immediate neighbors was remarkable. We shared same boundaries with the mosque. The mosque was like our playing ground. I remembered a boy from the mosque had a domestic accident and one of my brothers took him for treatment in our church clinic. When the chief imam of the mosque heard, he was happy. That was how the mosque set up its own clinic. The clinic is still there and even bigger today. Moving to Ogunlano Drive, Mama Lasho, as my mother is oft fondly called, was equally so accommodating, trusting us enough to believe that all those we introduce as our friends are those of strong and impeccable characters. She will always welcome them with open arms and treat them just like her children too. Such was the environment I grew up in. The lesson of those years was still very much on my mind, and have become the bedrock of my relationship with people. Today, mutual suspicion everywhere. How many parents can willingly accommodate close relations? Not to talk of acquaintances. And do you blame them? Bad precedences abound. Enough to strengthen people's resolve not to be their brother's keeper. Another food for thought. Now I think and reflect. Can we bring back the glories of those good old days? Can we reenact those strong communal strength of those days and eliminate those mutual suspicion? We can do it. It will be our collective wish to make conscious effort to make the difference. It is scary thinking that our children will refer to this current era as good old days. Together, let's change the narrative. Our children desire and deserve a better future, not the good old days. Hadiava John signed Shemode Badejo in this collective drive towards a greater tomorrow. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to What Are You Saying? #ways, where we talk about topics in the news as it affects us all. I am Jennifer Nicholas and I am joined by my amazing and beautiful co-anchors. I have Mary, NJ, and Issy is joining us via Zoom. How's everyone doing? Mary, how are you?
I'm doing great. Just
It's
tired.
been a while. It's been a while I saw you. You're looking so pretty.
Thank you.
How was your day?
Well.
Mary always has the thing of showing us a different side of her.
Of her,
every
right?
time, yeah.
Her.
Yeah.
Not the purr. How was your day?
And my day?
Yes.
It was. It was actually exciting. I can't lie. The weirdest surprising thing happened. But yeah, very very weird. Out of the blue.
Out of the blue is good. Okay.
I mean, it's something I've always wanted to try. So
Okay.
yeah, and it happened.
That's good.
Interesting. Now I'm interested.
Mhm.
NJ, how was your
Behind the
day?
scenes.
Yeah.
Oh, my day was good. Had quite a productive day, and yeah, turned out good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Issy, are you there? Can you hear us?
Hi, ladies. I'm here.
Hi, how you doing? It's been a while as
Oh,
well.
thank you.
How was your day? How was your
Absolutely.
week?
You don't want to know. Like NJ's sister always says, we don't look like what we've been through.
Yeah.
It's been a fantastic day. I'll just put it like that. By the way, Mary, you got me interested in what your day was like.
I know. Like, we'll do the tease after.
Hopefully, we're going to get this gist. I'm really interested. But it's great to have everyone in the studio today. So here's what we found as today's quote. Many a man thinks he's buying pleasure when he's really selling himself to it. And this is by Benjamin Franklin. I really want to take that again because I feel like it sounds deep, but it's not deep at the same time. So here it is again. Many a man thinks he's buying pleasure when he's really selling himself to it. What do you guys think about this?
Well, I think that there's some things you think you're buying and you're acquiring and it's supposed to look like pleasure, but eventually you're giving so much more away than that thing you're buying. That satisfaction you think you're getting. You're losing so much more. So there is more detrimental, but how many times do they know?
Yeah. I mean, I get that, but then does this apply to every form of pleasure?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
So that's why I said I feel like it's deep, but then not deep.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's good. It's good. So earlier today, we came across a video on social media of a UK-based Nigerian woman encouraging Nigerians who don't have money to borrow money and japa. Now it's our ladies' night out, and Mary, NJ, EC, and I are here to discuss the topic: should we normalize relocating on loans? Should we normalize relocating on loans? And when we open our phone lines, we'd love to hear what you have to say. But first, let's take a break to see what we found in the news.
It is engagement we need to have.
Those who suffer miscarriages are never taken into account.
Members of the National Assembly are also influence peddlers.
You are sitting on Nigerians' money.
From the Babin, I pay my rent. On the Babin, I send my children to school.
A consultative engagement.
No any tangible notification before they ban us.
It's one thing for people to be at your back and the heat of the moment, and another thing for them to still be with you when push comes to shove.
Welcome. You're still watching Ways. National Stay Home Because You Are Well Day is celebrated annually on November 30. It is a day to encourage people to take a break from their busy lives and relax at home. It is also a day to appreciate the good things in life and to focus on your health and well-being. I love this holiday.
Yeah, but you don't have it.
I know. I just said I love the holiday. Yeah. Why is NJ attacking me?
No, it's not an attack. I'm just saying half of the days that we celebrate, we don't
take it. I mean,
and we don't have it. So sometimes you're just wondering.
And we need it too. We need.
And we do need stuff like this. But already they think that we have enough holidays in Nigeria. So hey.
You know, when I think we had one of these bank holidays or celebrates and stuff like that, and I keep seeing people complaining about these holidays.
That's too much.
Yes.
I feel like we don't even have enough rest days.
I'm always very confused. Like, I mean, it's okay if there is a national holiday and you don't want to take it, please work. Leave the rest of us that like to take our...
The Nigerian Army's wrestling team arrives Azerbaijan for World Championship. So the wrestling team of the Armed Forces of Nigeria has arrived Baku in Azerbaijan for the 36th World Military Wrestling Championship. This was revealed in pictures shared on official X handle of the AFN on Thursday. That's the Armed Forces of Nigeria on their X page. So it captioned that they had arrived there to participate in the 1-week event, which would hold from the 27th of November to the 3rd of December. The team is headed by Air Vice Marshal Abidemi Marcus, and he's the Defense Headquarters Director for Sports. And he arrived with 10 wrestlers, a coach, and a media representative. So for me, this is news once again in Nigeria. It's just something that we're doing. I never knew that the armed forces and the military had a championship that they used to go for, talk less of wrestling. So it's amazing to hear that some of these activities still happen or are being encouraged within, because I feel like it opens them up to relate with military and Air Force personnel from other countries and kind of like to share ideas. So it's like, I feel like it's like having a conference in maybe a health sector or in the tech industry. So it's the bringing together of armed forces, what do they call them? Different levels of the armed forces together to one place to compete and then communicate. Because I'm sure it's not just the competition, they will have some other activities scheduled within that time frame where they can share some ideas on maybe how to improve on from infrastructure to technology. I'm sure they'll have some parts where they have some papers where they share. So it's good to know that we still have activities like this and we still have representatives in Nigeria, because I know that there was another story earlier on in the week, sorry that I'm bringing this up, where they had I think it was I don't know if it was a kayaking competition that they had in Abuja,